Hello, hello, my crafty friends. I gotta grab my stool here, make sure we're set up okay. Find us. Yeah, you guys know how this works. All right. This is still relatively straight, which is kind of amazing. We kind of have a couple of things I want to try and get through. And we kind of know that that could be a challenge for me. Okay. So I want to share these two out into the groups like I normally do so that my team can get the information. Oh boy. Facebook is being wonky. Try again. To a group. Okay. And I'm going to do a quick run through of all of our great specials because we do have a bunch of things going on and I don't want anybody to miss out on anything. Okay, looks like this has settled down a little bit. Always have to go to our zoo because our zoo is doing cool things with their spring. They got a bunch of new hi Barbara, guinea pigs and baby animals in their farm section, and of course Tula is now 2, which is cool. Have these out. Makes me nervous. All right, well that looks decently straight. I think we're good to go. We are going to be working on 2 kits, but before we do that, I want to go through and show you really quick some things you want to pay attention to. Because we are getting to the end of the month, and next week I won't be doing lives because I'm going to be in Montana. So no lives. So first and foremost, gosh, to the 25th, which is when I launched this, is my anniversary with Close to My Heart. And then like the 3rd of April is Stampin' Up. And then the 1st of April is my wedding, marriage, anniversary. And then Sarah Grace is the 10th of April. So you can kind of see the spread is from CTMH all the way to Sarah Grace's birthday. It's a really great week. And I have a special for my customers. And you need to email me though. Don't place the order on your own. Email me to get my discount on the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And that's really important. It's a special for my customers. It's posted in the VIP group. Next is a Last Chance products. And I'm going to cover that at the end too. Last Chance keeps updating and discounts keep happening. So keep your eye on it. I expect January, March. There may not be any because I think they come January, March, and the next one will be May, but just keep your eyes on it. There are 2 product of the month that are up there, and I think actually there's still some December paper, but I'm not sure. But I know there's February paper, and I know that there's the March stamp. And these 2 coordinate beautifully, so you can't go wrong. I do have a guide to do something with this paper. That's pretty amazing. I should have waited for more people to get on our kit this month. The cute little basket bunnies. You have the March exclusives, which launched, and this guide, I wanted just to point this out. I don't think I did earlier. Barbara and Regina, you can go onto the group and look in the files, and this guide is in the files for you. So you can print it out. I'm a hard copy person, and I like to mark off what I got or didn't get. And very useful for keeping track of that. So there's our class, and there's a January one is in there too. We have our wonderful mini catalog. Love to hear what you guys like in the mini catalog. I have 2 scrapbooking workshops, one from Sue's and one from, or both from Sue's, and I have 1 or 2 from Chris that I've posted up. Exploring Nature and Square Snippets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layouts with the square snippets. It's super cute, you guys. And the product list is in there. Get the products and you get the guide for free. And the same here, get the scrapbooking workshop and you get the guide for free for the Exploring Nature. Both of these have design space files that are print and cut. It makes your life super easy and extends out some things. Yes. Hi, Pat. All right. So we have that. I covered Last Chance and I covered the product of the months. And now that Pat and Regina are on, I just want to go over this. The 26th big year here. 26 years married, 26 years in the crafting industry. Sarah Grace. All this fun stuff. So I decided with all of the fun things that are coming out with the die cuts and what I know is coming down sometime this fall, winter, I really am encouraging everybody to consider adding the die cut machine to your Crafty collection of tools. And it's expensive and it's an investment. I know you'll be happy with it, but I am sharing my discount with you. And you have to email me to do the order because I have to place the order. And there, excuse me, there are a few other parameters around it that you need to be aware of. And those are listed in my VIP Crafty Friends Club. So hop into that group as my customer. Get that. Send me an email if you'd like to take advantage of that. It takes it from 140 to 105. Good evening, Bernice. And that's like a really amazing deal. It comes with some of the plates, and you'll be ready to go then in May when the impressions plate comes out, as well as the impressions plate, impression dies. And we played with the impression dies, and in case you don't remember the impression dies, those were these that we played with. And I actually forgot to show you something, so really quick, because I see this now. Impression dies. Why is this so amazing? Me and my sanding block. So how is everybody's, let's see, this is Thursday. How is everybody's week? So this is raised, and you can see that it's raised, right? You see the impressions in that, hence the name impressions, or squishy or puffy embossing. I think we called it puffy embossing earlier. I'm going to put this over here really quick. And I'm going to sand this. This is done with two-tone cardstock. So this is one of those fun things you can do with two-tone cardstock. Now they do recommend that you consider spritzing your paper before you do the impression dyeing. Thank you for the love, guys. I appreciate it. Spritzing your paper, so make sure it's dry before you do this, or you're really just going to make a mess out of the paper, okay? It's like I might need the rougher grit. I really hesitate to use rougher grit, guys. I don't have great experiences using rough grit, so we're just going to... And you can see that this is lightening up. And this is a single card. I mean, you can do this and a very simple background with this, and you have a beautiful card. And plumeria, you know, tropics, friendship. And you can see that that's coming out. The white is coming out in that. Let me turn this light on. And that allows you to really see the impression into that. Oh my gosh. This is, did I do this? Yes, it is two-toned. Just making sure, because I'm like, this is not like getting as white as I am used to it. This is definitely two-toned, and so let's try these. This one's not quite as, oh, maybe this is not on two-tone, which is why it's not doing what I want it to do. But if you go and you distress, or sand in this case, you can see how, hi Dina, you can see how that frame now has the puppy, but it has a much cooler look, if you will, along the puffiness of that frame, because you can see where the highlighting has happened through the sanding. So this must not have been done on two-toned. Coming soon. Coming soon. I will have that, because I really like all things tropical, have a ton of friends still in Guam, and I wonder if they probably, or maybe not as fond. I should check with that. All right, so let's get this clear. Distressed, yes. It's not coming out as distressed, but the puppy, because it's puppy eyes, if you will, when you've cut that die, it has that as if you were using an embossing folder. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do, let me check here, is these kits. And I wasn't gonna do them, and then I realized if I don't do them, they don't get done. It's pretty simple. Okay, because I knew I was gonna show you some things, I knew I was gonna cut into time, I have done some of the prep work. This is the stamp set. What if it goes all right? You are loved, enjoy the little things. And this kit, I thought it did 2 of each card, but it looks like it does 1 of each card. You have your usual goodies, which I'm going to pull out the dimensionals, keep the block. Gosh, I have a stack of blocks. I'm not quite sure what to do with all these little extra blocks I have running around, but because I have a lot. Here's our kit. And here's everything all punched out and stamped for us, so we can just put this together really quick. I started to stack these in the garage, and I'm really working on trying to not be as messy, as I normally am. And we're going to start off with this one first. Now these have definitely some layering, and they are not per se like a card you fold in half. So we're going to be creating, and of course there's 2 of each label, which should have been my first clue, right? Because, you know, if they're only giving you 2, that means they always give you 1 extra for making mistakes, which is good because I like to make mistakes. And they're designed, after I got through all of this earlier today, to work with our clipboards. So we're going to do this. Oh my goodness, my dog's in their hair. I thought this would make a cute little gift if you wanted just to make some home decor. This would also make a nice element in a scrapbook page. Once I realized they didn't make cards, I was like, oh. And we all have people that we love, or at least I hope you do. And this is going to go off the page. This one will go up, and it also goes off the page. And add some 3D foam tape, or just dimensionals. So tell me how your week is going, guys. I want to hear. Mine is slowed down for a little bit, and then it's picking up as people are getting their taxes done. Taxes always means changes in investment stuff. Not always, but a lot of times it can result in that. I'm going to have to fix some things. So we'll get these done, and then we're going to set them aside. There's a little stick here that has a spot where a flower should go. My magnolia tree is blooming. Nothing exciting for you, Bernice. Are you guys, anybody with big plans this weekend? I'm going to drive to Montana. So that's my big plan. And here we go. And then this flower is just down here in the corner, kind of up here. You want to make sure that it crosses over your title. We're going to set that aside because we know we're going to come back to that. Our next one is this cute little flower. Now you can take these guys and, you know, make envelopes, cut them down to be a card front, whatever you need it to do to fit for you. But I forgot about the clipboard business because I was really focused on the clipboards being on this other thing that we're going to do. And your taxes are done. Woohoo! I'm telling you, having your taxes done, guys, is a real super duper win. I'm glad to hear it. We're waiting to hear back from our CPA. This is, all right, so this is going to come down here. These bright red flowers are pretty. Which superhero, here's a joke for you, which superhero loves March? And that's the question of the day. There's a circle. There they are. Which superhero loves March? March is spring, hypothetically. Are you guys getting spring weather? The Hulk? Okay. Nope, that's not the Hulk. Good guess, though. Looks like they want to. Okay. Nice guess. Dina, participant. For the paper pumpkin winners last week, just as a note, I have to do my pictures before I can send them out. So hang tight. They'll come in as soon as I get Spider-Man. Oh, look at Dina go. 2 guesses on her part. Think spring, and this one is done, so we're going to set that up there. Like I said, take any of these and make them into cards or elements for scrapbook pages. It's completely and totally up to you. There we go. I liked this one. I thought this is pretty. All right, so the superhero that loves, whoops, this is the top, the yellow is the top, loves spring. The superhero that loves spring is Robin. From Batman and Robin. Loves spring, loves March. Everybody get it? I told it was, I'm in charge of jokes for our team meetings. Oh, good. I got some laughters. And some people were not really completely sure what I was talking about. Oh, shoot. But Robin's come back in the spring. Yes, spiders love spring too. So we could say Robin and Spider-Man love March. Okay, that was because I stuck it down on accident and I needed to 3D foam dot this. You were thinking Ant-Man? Is there? Oh, that's right. There is an Ant-Man. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? There is an Ant-Man. I totally forgot about that. Okay, so this comes down, line this up. Like that. And then this piece is the piece that just gets set down on top. And you're creating a scene, and you can see how this would be pretty in the clipboards. But I was really waiting for delightful, I shouldn't know the paper pack, delightful something. Came back in stock because I had some ideas, but I can't keep waiting for it. Oh, I know, they're invading everywhere. Those little tiny black ants. My mom called them sugar ants. I don't know. And I was like, it's not like terrifically wet. I mean, we've definitely had some wet weather, but it's not been terrifically wet. At least wet enough, in my opinion, to justify the invasions that we have going on here. I expect them when it's yucky rain and they're being drowned out of their homes. And I can be empathetic. All right. So you have your little pocket back here because we 3D foamed. Why did that not? I feel like, yeah, I did 3D foam tape that. But it kind of it went flat. So I'm going to actually run one underneath here. Come on, guys. So I will get back on the 3rd of April, just before Easter. So you guys are going to do April 1st, which is my anniversary. Why we're having an anniversary special. And then there is this, which is, the sun is going to tuck in. And I played with it in 2 different, and I do think I like it a little bit higher. It allows me to tuck it down just a little bit more. Peppermint oil works really well for the little black ants. They don't like it. All right, so we have created these 3, what could be cards. This is a 5x7. This is a 5x7 essentially, and you've created the other ones. So now let's get the other kit out. And again, I've done a lot of the work for it. And I'm not sure which one we'll end up using here, but we're going to grab these 2 beautiful pictures I have of my kiddo. Because, like, she's amazing. She's going to be 18 in a few weeks. We pride ourselves that everybody made it to 18 with nobody hurt, injured, or otherwise. Where did I stick that kit? Here it is. All right. This again creates 3 parts. Does anybody else have great? Oh, I also use taro or taro. So we have our pictures of the kid, the bestie, and we have these already sorted out. There is no stamping involved in this. We're going to take, and you can see here that they actually have the clipboard examples up here, and they did not have the clipboards on here. So that took me a little bit to figure out that these could go on the clipboards as well. All right. So number 1 is one without, oh, these are on here because these are the punch outs. I'm going to cover up the language I don't know, and I'm going to use these for sentiments on other things. They're perfect for titles on a scrapbook page or on a card. I guess cards aren't really titles, but sentiments. All right. So we're going to start off with this very pretty paper that I am super confused now. All right, guys, I have to lay this all out. So this paper goes to this. So even in my best attempts to have this laid out, I have not done a very good job. So we need this, and I need to have these, which, by the way, I left this in here just so that you could see. I think this would also be a very nice gift for somebody, especially like if they're moving into a nice house, you know, not a nice house, any house. And they have be a housewarming gift. And I need to have a light green palm. They have a different word for the all right. So here we go. Maybe. I love the moss, you guys. I think they're so pretty. Oh, goodness gracious me. Getting the little pieces off. Kind of figure out how you want to lay your pieces here. And I need to have a gold piece and this is going to come up here like this. I feel like I have gotten off on the wrong one again. So, okay, Linda, get rid of the stuff that does not belong. So we have this. And there's going to be a lot of foam taping in here. And there was a bunch of foam tape somewhere that came with this. Yeah, I just think if you wanted to do, or, you know, Regina, these would be fun for your auctions if you're still doing those auctions for the fundraising. I think actually these kits. Now, because this is intended to be a home decor item and not on, you know, a card base, although you could trim this down and you could put these on differently. I'm going to do them just a little bit different. I'm going to tuck this one under here because I put this one 3D foamed it. Because I got confused on which one I was doing. Put that under. And don't worry if it goes off. Here are your cute little, beautiful, beautiful. And we're not worried about depth on this just because they're going to be they're not meant to be in an album or anything. Now, of course, like I said before, you can do these in an album and they'll be just fine. They'd actually be some really pretty elements. On the vellum, make sure that you go on their bodies and not the wings. That is like super important because it will show if you do it. Oh, my goodness. I am challenged. I don't even have long nails right now. And I am struggling here. I feel like I am missing a vellum piece here. Okay, it will show up. Okay. These things have to go. They are annoying me. Then we're going to take our brown piece. And the brown piece was also done with foam tape, but you're going to want to use your itty bitties. So I'm using both kinds on here. And it has some strategic points on this to be able to like put this on and have these fit. And I'm also trying to remember which ones are going to be on top of. So that'll be on. I don't need to have anything underneath that because there's already a piece there. And of course I want to try and find the best place right here to put under that one. When you take these out of the paper, kind of shake the paper up and down. Don't just try and pull them right out because you'll tear these. This is more like a fern leaf than a, you know, all right. Oh my goodness. This is also not the most cooperative stuff in the world. Kind of just put that on any way that you see fit. Still minus a body. You know, that could make us crafting criminals or something like that. Seriously. We could be in some really serious trouble. That has to get hidden. Okay, so then we have a title. Good things take time. And you're going to be very strategic about where you put your foam tape, because you remember it's already on foam tape here. So find where it's not going to be lifted. A little tack down in the corner that you know it's going to be up here. And it needs a little something there. But if you were to create like a home decor basket or something like that, this would be fun. All right. Okay. So I am missing somewhere this. So this one goes up here. We have, well, maybe one of these. I don't know. This one goes here. And this one is going to come down on here like this. Make sure you cross it over just a little bit. And then you get to match up your wings. And it is a little bit challenging to figure out which one these go on to. That I think is that one. There you go. This is minus my challenges of being on the wrong page to start off here. I have to find this, and I'm sure it's in this other piece of it. So we're going to set this aside because we are going to end up pulling out some of this. I want to, because these are 5x7, so I'm going to have to trim them down, but I'm good with that. Let's go to this first one here, because I think that's the one that's next up. Now this is completely a decor one, and you have a lot of these fronds here. You have one very large, beautiful moth. This is a moth. I'm pretty sure this is a moth, you guys. Nobody should trust me, but I'm pretty sure it's a moth. So when you do this and you put this, see that it hides that. Oh my goodness. You know, I love some of the stuff I see people do with their nails. I could never be one of those people with long nails, because you can see the problem already, right? So here's this. And that body up like that gives this some nice 3D dimension. Now you can decide how you want to play this, because they're talking about putting a lot of dimension in here. I have this. All right, missing piece. Uh-oh. I see that we're at our 30, but we're gonna keep plowing through this because trying to decide. Before you start gluing, figure out your layout. Just my advice here. Again, you're not worried if things are off the page, but I don't want all of this to be 3D'd as they're indicating here. So my base layer, I'm actually going to put on as a base layer. I'm not going to 3D foam tape it. And this is going to go down here like this. And then you're going to take this. Did anybody order this yet, just out of curiosity, and has done it and done something different than what it's shown to do, just out of curiosity? If you have, I'd love for you to share in the group what you've done. This actually goes up a little bit higher. And you can see these are fragile, you guys. Oh my gosh, they're so fragile. Then you have these two right here that are down. No, ma'am, you did not. You haven't ordered it yet. How are you doing, Rosemary? I'm actually punching this out onto the floor because I do not want it on the table. These little things are driving me nuts on the table. Okay. So these are on top, these are on the bottom, and you're going to add some of your smaller, just little bit in here, nothing major. There's some really good strategic spots to add some foam. And then you're kind of struggling on some other pieces here. Don't put it under every single one because you want these to be able to have some motion. I'm doing pretty good. We're celebrating all sorts of anniversaries. I mean, the 25th of March was when I signed up with Close to My Heart 26 years ago. So I have 24 years that I did with them. You can kind of see how this is gonna just kind of create a nice pretty buildup. And 2 years with Stamping Up on the 3rd. The 1st of April, I should go in order. The 1st of April is going to be our 26th anniversary. Sarah Grace, if you can believe this, Rosemary, is going to be 18 in April on the 10th. So my customer special is running during those times. I want everybody to be able to have the opportunity to get the embossing machine because new cool things are going to be happening with it. All right, runaway dot. All right. This one, you're going to turn it upside down. So it's going to go, you know, you're creating a very layered effect. Now you put your beautiful leaves onto here, but take a look at them because this, again, you've already got stuff popped up. So you only want to put your dots under the areas that are not going to be popped up. "51 years of marriage." All right. That definitely takes the cake to my 26. Congratulations to you and Land, or not Landy. I don't know why I was going to say Landy. That's your son. You're not married to your son. Oh boy. Okay, take a look at how this is falling. need a little one for that. And you can see this takes a little bit of kind of thoughtfulness. But I really want to do, this one's ended up just being a little bit longer. Okay, have fun dancing. Regina is a dancer extraordinaire. I'm going to kind of change this so that this definitely is going to go off, you guys. I'm going to say it's like off the charts, but yeah. Yes, we've beaten all the odds because this is not our first marriage. So we have beaten all the odds as far as like making it to year 26. We have now officially spent more than half our lives with each other. We're talking about all these crazy things. Okay, so now you're going to take this beautiful moth, and this moth is going to be your centerpiece right there. Isn't that pretty? They said to 3D foam tape this one again too. Yeah, I can see why they would want to. Now, if you were to decide to do this differently and do this as something in your scrapbook or on a card, I would reevaluate the layers. Okay. Yeah, the moth, they're so pretty, and I love these colors, which kind of go along with the colors of the paper that's not in stock. I don't know if anybody can help me. This better not break off. Okay, we're going to stop messing with it. Okay. Last piece is going to be essentially a frame. And you're supposed to put a 4x6 into this. Of course, I have two. So this is her sophomore year. Oh no, this is her freshman year, and this is her junior year. Look at the difference in Happy Girl. So I think I'm going to... Oh no. I think I'm going to do this. She's so happy in this. Okay. Obviously, got to trim this down, right? I don't know where my chopper is. Oops, here's a chopper. I like the moss. I like the, and I really wish that we'd get it back in. Okay. So this is a 5x7. So I'm going to take half an inch or a quarter of an inch. I always do this in quarter-inch increments, guys. Always, because you can otherwise have tons of trouble. Okay, I have to guess on this, but I'm pretty sure that's a quarter of an inch. And that's a quarter of an inch. See if I'm happy. And I think I would try and get it down to a 4x6, okay? But this is how I get it to a 4x6. All right. Another quarter inch. Another quarter inch. Look at this. Anybody do that too? I just kind of like keep working your way around the picture. Oh my goodness, all of these things on my table. Excuse me, guys. It is necessary. I keep picking up all these things. I have little brushes and all this stuff. Okay. So then we have this and we have this. I think is so pretty. And I contemplated also setting it up so that it wasn't exactly centered and it was sort of offset like this. Should I frame it or should I offset it, guys? What do you think? I was thinking I need to frame it. And while you guys put your 2 cents worth in here, I'm going to figure out my pretty here. Get the tape onto this really quick. offset from Pat. Okay, offset. All right. So if we're offsetting, what we're going to do, I took this white space class too, guys. We're going to add in some more scrapbooking elements into our life here. So I have to go up a little bit higher because I'm going to offset, and then she's going to come down and just kind of, I do everything on an eyeball, and I'm going to have about 1/8 of an inch. So there she is, my beautiful girl, who has no business being 18. Pat, I think you've known Sarah Grace since she was an itty bitty. I started working Monica's crops, and she and Jack were little. I'm just going to go with that right now. So here you go. Do you have anybody have any graduates that they know, kids that are graduating? I think this is another kind of fun thing that a parent of a senior would absolutely adore. You guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong. I want this up here, but not up there. And I want this, which I've already prepped. This has got vellum on it, so I was very careful to put my adhesive underneath the vellum. And I'll save this. And I'm going to pull out my slow down and savor the moment. And I'm actually going to put this so that it is actually over the picture, because I want the picture to act as a mat underneath it. Does that make sense? Long time ago, I know, it's like so crazy. And here we go. Stay in the moment, slow down. All right, so now it is time to bring out these impressive clipboards, right? That I've been babbling about here. There are extra foam tapes, and if you do these, they have actually the bags that these go into. So if you're making this as a gift, do not throw out those bags, because you're going to want to put things back into the bag to be able to ship it nicely. I think this would be a fantastic gift, made or unmade, for a parent of a senior. So you have 2 big frames and 2 little frames. So here's your little frame, and this goes onto there like this. And it stands up. So this is why you're not overly excited about. So now these are 2 of the same size frames. And I'm going to put this on. Yep, we did it right, guys, because we gave it enough room to not be clipping on the picture and still have a nice border on here. And I will cut that off because it's going to get ruined anyway. It's on the bottom. It's going to get chopped off. Okay? How perfect is that? So you look at them and you're like, you're not too sure about it. And I get it, because I was there with you, not too sure. And then you have your beautiful moth. So you have that can set up this way. Then I want to show you, if you don't want to do that, this also is very pretty. That would go in one of these, that would go there, and that would go there. So we have managed, so with the second set of clipboards, with both of these, you have the ability to have absolutely beautiful things to add to your decor. There you go. All right, I do have a giveaway, so I'm glad y'all, whoever all stuck onto this, I have a giveaway, and there's nothing like having something that you can't get right now, right? So I have one single giveaway, numbers 1 through 30, and it's the embellishments, array of dots. I believe that these are our new colors. New colors, or there are, now I'm being a space cadet. I had all these colors down. Actually, they look like the current in colors, kinda, except for that doesn't look quite like cloud. And of course, they don't tell me the colors on this. But anyway, I have a set of embellishments, 1 through 30. They are flatter embellishments, so they'll work better or fine in our scrapbooks. I'm really confused about what I did with this. My list of woohoo, new stuff. This whole thing with the colors and everything so that we could look at. Let me pull this out. 8/14. Anybody else? Let me pull this out and open it up. All right. This is Peacock. This is Pool Party. That's Lemon Lolly. And that's our Strawberry Slush. So fun embellishments. Spring embellishments, you guys. Spring is coming. It will stop raining. You know, yesterday when I went to go for walking, it was gross outside and cold. And then the night got beautiful when we went to the Cherry Blossom Fest. We have one here. So just 2 of you. One going once. Going twice. Well, Jennifer, you are my lucky winner. Close without going over. Closest to 9 without going over. Now I have to go take pictures of these, and Paper Pumpkin winners from last week, they will be on the road as soon as I get my other samples done and we're ready to go. Take care, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will see you not next week, but the week after, and all of April will be absolutely crazy, but I'll be on Monday before April stuff goes live. Yep, so Jennifer, private message me your mailing address, please. Even if you know I have it, you still have to send it to me so it bumps your message up to the top and I'm not trying to find you. Have a wonderful evening, you guys. See you in a week and a change.